Today, we are gathered here to celebrate an important milestone supporting for our students in their academic journey through this scholarship program. Let us begin this occasion with the national anthem.
Sri Lanka Mata, Appa Sri Lanka, Namo 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 Mata, Sundara Sri Karini, Surani Ati Sobhamana Lanka.
We will proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the oil lamp, a symbol of wisdom and enlightenment. We invite the honorable guests to come forward to light the lamp. Senior Professor, Chair H.D. Karunaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Chief Guest Venerable Emeritus Professor K.L. Dhammajyothi, Senior Professor, Chair Lasantha Manawadu, Dean of the Faculty of Arts, University of Colombo, Venerable Senior Professor, Chair Medavachiya Dhammajyothi, Venerable Dr. Madihe Sugathasiri, Head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, all the heads and coordinators and 2 students.
Thank you. We now invite Senior Professor, Chair Madhavache Dhammajoti Thera to deliver the welcome speech and officially commence today's proceedings.
Venerable Sirs, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chair, H.D. Karunaratne, Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Senior Professor Chair, Lasantha Manawadu, Head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, Venerable Dr. Madihe Sugatasiri, and other heads of the departments of the Faculty of Arts, coordinators of the units, and students. Today, we have a very historic day for the Faculty of Arts, University of Colombo. That is today we are going to grant 580 students scholarship. Each student will be given 3,000 rupees. 3,000 rupees. Bande now, here only have some few students. Outside there are many students waiting for this occasion. So actually this donation we received from the Glorious Son GS Charity Foundation in Hong Kong. 2 years ago, Most Venerable Emeritus Professor K.L. Dhammajoti Mahathero decided to help Sri Lanka with the help of the GS Charity Foundation in Hong Kong. He especially focused the poor people in our rural areas, in the north central area. Now we are doing massive work there. And the other way is to help University Buddhist Studies Department, especially the University of Kelaniya, Pali and Buddhist Studies Department, and very especially the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies affiliated to the University of Kelaniya. As the director of the institute, I was lucky to communicate and work with the Venerable and the members of the GS Charity Foundation. So, over the last 2 years, we have given more than 600 students of our PGI PBS, each month 300 Hong Kong dollars to each student. 300 Hong Kong dollars to each student was given last 2 years, every month. 12 months they were received that. This year also we are continuing. So tomorrow we are going to give it. Our Bursa madam is there. She is the person who is responsible all document side. I don't know anything, how much going, how much coming. So tomorrow we distribute 600 postgraduate students in our PGI PBS. Today we are here. So after economic crisis and the COVID-19 attack to Sri Lanka and all over the world, Most Venerable Senior Professor suggests GS Charity Foundation to help Sri Lanka people and the students. That is the main reason that donation we could get to Sri Lanka. So, we have to actually give merits to Most Venerable Sir because if the most venerable sir is not there, we cannot get such a huge donation to Sri Lanka. So under the guidance of most venerable Bante, we could take such a nice and big donation to our student population in Sri Lanka. Their purpose is promoting the Buddhist studies. Promoting the Buddhist studies. The organization is Buddhist organization. So they help Buddhist studies department, but Faculty of Arts, we are not confined to the Buddhist studies. We stretch our hands to other departments too. Then Venerable Sir, the 560 students, all are attached to the Department of Buddhist Studies. We have normally 300 students, including our ENH course, we have 580 students. So I want to say all these students are the university is in the Colombo city, capital of Sri Lanka, but students are not in the Colombo people. They are all outside, come to Colombo University. Very far away, I don't want to ask one by one, but almost all the students are from very far district, very far areas of the Sri Lanka. So their need is, they want to stay in Colombo city. They want to find food and accommodation, hostels, accommodations, food, and stationery, and also data cards now very expensive. They want to study some online classes. So for these things, they need to spend a lot of money. Their parents are not enough capable to look after their all expenditures while they are living in 4 or 3 years in the city, Colombo city. So this kind of donation, Bante, is a very blessing for them, grief for them. So this time, we get this 3,000 scholarship suddenly, accidentally. Actually, previous years scholarships, we had some remain balance money. Then we asked Most Venerable Bante, what can we do with this money? Then Venerable Sir and Mr. Leon also, another member of the Charity Foundation, they suggested give this to the Colombo University, Buddhist department. After seeing that message, I was very happy, sir. I didn't expect that money come to us. Because before that, we have requested GS Charity Foundation to donate the same scholarship program Colombo University Department Buddhist Studies student next year, 2025. So they agreed with the advice of the Most Venerable Bante. The GS Charity Foundation gave their consent. Okay, next year we can include your department. So this balance money is a temporary one, bonus one we get this year. So that is the that's the history of this donation. So we have to be very grateful to Most Venerable Bante and the GS Charity Foundation. So another important thing is, I want to say that, sir, this Venerable is a unique, great scholar in the world. He studied at the, when he was child, he studied at the Vidya Lanka Pirivena, under the great teachers of Sri Lanka like Yakkaduwe Hamduru neda Kalukodya. Yes. So very old monk in Sri Lanka. So not a new one like stupid monks like us. He belongs to the very good generation of education in Sri Lanka. That the very how to say it, academically prosperous period in Sri Lanka. He studied in Sri Lanka. After 77, I think 82, our society was changed because of the open economy. Before that, we have had a very nice, strong education system, even the Pirivana and the temples. So he belongs to that era. His education is very perfect. He can work on Pali, Sanskrit, classical Chinese, Tibetan, Malaysian, tika tika Sinhala also. Sinhala not tika tika, he can talk Sinhala very well. So he is a genius actually. He has published many articles comparing so many Buddhist sources, Pali, Sanskrit, Chinese, Tibetan. Such a scholar know in the world many. I don't know, we study Pali, Sanskrit, but we don't know Chinese and Tibetan. I know a little bit, but not enough to compare the classical Chinese, Tibetan books with the Pali text. Other Chinese, Japanese people, they study Sanskrit and Chinese and Tibetan, but they are very very rarely study the Pali and Sanskrit. Even they study Pali and Sanskrit, they cannot go maximum level because that is the language family differences. Some have come that level, but many. So Bhante is not like that. Venerable Bhante is Pali, Sanskrit, Chinese, Tibetan, all these Buddhist classical primary languages are, he can work and he can comparing write and articles and books. He has done many. I think he is the number one scholar for the Sarvastivada Abhidhamma in the world. He has published many books regarding the Sarvastivada Abhidhamma. So we are lucky to have an associate or get the help from such a eminent scholar in the world. So, so actually Colombo University must be proud of being touching with the most venerable sir. He was always working in the Calaria University. I'm trying to drag him to the Colombo University, but sir, so don't push my leg. Everybody should help. He's not like a normal person. He has a lot of ability. Always say, oh, I'm a poor monk, 75 years, I have nothing. But his word is worth thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. He can advise his donors to help us in the future. So that is the important thing. Vice Chancellor and Dean should pay attention, and also you too. But the most important, more than that, his value is not the money-wise value, he's an eminent scholar monk in the world. Well-recognized scholar, academic monk. So that relationship and that value is more than worth the money. So, Venerable sir, I'm not going to continue talk too much because he's tired now. Five times ago, we were in the medical checkup, not me, but for the Bhante, because of the visa. Day after tomorrow, he's leaving. He want to take visa today or tomorrow for long period. So suddenly we went to that medical checkup, and now we came to even no lunch today. So we are sorry for that. So this thing I want to say you. So again and again, 100th time, we respectfully appreciate Bhante's contribution. Day after tomorrow, he's going to make a keynote speech at the Homa Agama Buddhist and Pali University. So many universities coming after now Bhante sir. Reason is why you know it. So it's like open economy. We should be capable to catch the Bhante to our university, not the... So thank you very much. So Bhante, we are very appreciate Bhante and the GS Charity Foundation. Actually, the chairman of the GS Charity Foundation, Dr. Yanchio, we have to very thankfully remind his name, and the Mr. Leong, and the most venerable Emeritus Professor K. Dhamma-Jyoti. We wish them wish them, may they have health, wealth and prosperity. May they attain Nibbana, ending of this suffering samsara. Thank you very much, Bhante.
Thank you, Venerable Sir, for the inspiring words. Next, we would like to invite Senior Professor, Chair Lasantha Manawadu, Dean, Faculty of Arts, University of Colombo, to address us.
Good afternoon to all of you, Venerable Mahasangha, heads of the departments of the faculty, professors, senior professors, and the academic members of the faculty, and dear students. Sabbe Sattahara Tittika. I know this is just after the lunch, so they may have not taken their lunch. Anyway, now after Venerable Professor Dhammajyoti Thero's speech, I was thinking, what should I tell here? I know the same question is having our Vice Chancellor, because Dhammajyoti Thero explained everything from A to Z. But let me start my couple of words with my own subjects, geography. So there's a proverb in geography. It says very clearly, a map, a picture is worth than 1,000 words. But there's a counter argument. When I look at her picture, I was speechless. Now I'm speechless. No words. I don't have words to explain this event. I know nearly 500 students are waiting outside the building. So that is why. That is because of this very important event. So that's a very great opportunity for our faculty. It's a milestone. So providing financial assistance for 580 students in the faculty. So that's some kind of promoting Buddhist studies among our students. But our Dhammajyoti Thero is very, very generous. Yes, I don't know. I am thinking, how can I address both venerable professors, because both their names are the same. Senior and junior, that's a good, yes. And providing maybe around 400 or 300 scholarships for those who are directly attached to the Buddhist Studies department, and also Dhammajyoti Thero requested all the heads, 13 heads, we have 13 departments, to nominate 11 from each department. That's the ratio, 311 from each department. So that's why now we have 580 students receiving their scholarships today. Yeah, that's good, because so what I want to tell you as the Dean of the Faculty, so other departments, now we have to perform. Now Dhammajyoti Thero providing scholarships for 580 students. So other departments, so that is your chance. Okay, try to bring more and more the MOUs and the some other kinds of the connections with outside the country. Yes, that's good. Then provide more opportunity for our students. Dear students, don't forget that. This is not just money. So we are expecting good performances from UN. So while providing good scholarships from next January, I think that's, I don't want to give the statistics, maybe the same number of students, but the amount you are receiving may be more than, yes, whatever, yes. Then you have to perform well, because the faculty members, the heads of the departments and other faculty members, they are ready to help you. So why they help you? Because they believe you are very talented, you are the cream of the country. So you should perform well and give the return to the academic members, the staff members. So I don't want to take much time anyhow. Yes, thank you very much, all the both Dhammajyoti Thero, and wish you all a very productive, very happy day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Emeritus Professor K.L. Damujodi Thera to address the gallery.
A very good afternoon to everybody present here. I am extremely happy. I feel honored to be able to take part today in this important initial function. And we hope that today is the start for a progressive connection between all of you belonging to the arts faculties and other faculties also, studying Buddhism on the one hand, and the Glorious Sun, that is GS, Glorious Sun Charity Foundation of Hong Kong. I want to say again, as you have heard that I have repeated elsewhere, that I remain the poorest monk, one of the poorest monks in the world. I really don't have anything, so don't think of me as the person donating the scholarship. We have to thank, we have to feel grateful to the Glorious Sun Charity Foundation, particularly its chairman. He's a wonderful, wonderful Buddhist. You know, he is not related in any way, in any sense, to any one of us in Sri Lanka. I feel I'm very much related. I'm going to say a few words more, but he had not even been to Sri Lanka. He didn't know anything about the Buddhist tradition. And in fact, he accepts me as a Theravada monk as an exception. Because in terms of his religious affiliation, he belongs to the Tantric tradition and the Chinese Pure Land and Chan tradition. And they, in Hong Kong and other places, they don't know, or hardly they know anything about early Buddhism or Theravada Buddhism. So what I mean is wonderful that in terms of relationship, in terms of sectarian affiliation, he had nothing to do with Sri Lanka, but his heart is very touched, very moved when he came to realize that Sri Lanka is time now. The Sri Lanka is in need of help from Buddhists in the world. So he takes the lead. And he believes that he can inspire others, and we hope so, to come forward, who is capable of helping the Buddhists to come forward. So I happened to have a few discussions with him a few years ago, 2-3 years ago. And I convinced him that actually we need to help the poor villagers, and that's what we are doing also at the moment. But also those who want to learn Buddhism. We must not allow the tradition of Buddhist studies, particularly in a country like Sri Lanka, traditionally, we can say Orthodox tradition of Sri Lanka, we don't want it to be interrupted. So we have the duty, wherever we are, to whatever race or country we happen to belong to, we must make sure that the tradition of Buddhist study in Sri Lanka continues and prospers. And he agrees, he is convinced. And that's why he has started this program. And as the Venerable Professor M. Damajoti, I have to put M there, explains, our initial connection was with Kelaniya, understandably, because I came from there, and I studied there, I taught there, I became a professor there until I went to Hong Kong to take up my post at the University of Hong Kong. So because of all these connections, and now also because of my connection with Venerable Senior Professor Dhammajoti, because even if I have the feeling and desire to want to help, I don't know how to proceed. I need someone who is really genuine, trustworthy, capable, devoted in these projects. And I found him. I decided that Venerable Professor Dhammajoti is the person. And indeed, without him, many things we can't do. We are doing a lot of things that he can explain to you. in Baunia and Metavechia and other places. And next year we're going to start in Palanuru and other places, handing out money to the poor people, villages, hundreds of villages, and installing hundreds of also water purifying systems. So we're going to do that. So I'm very happy that, to cut it short, basically through the connection with Venerable Senior Professor M. Dhamajyoti, now we have finally come to University of Colombo to see what we can do for you. And we hope that it's a humble start, yeah? But don't think of me as a rich man, as I said. And for people ask for help from me, but I'm not in any position to, but I can explain your need, yeah? Explain the worthiness of helping you in Sri Lanka at this juncture. So I don't want to spend much time. One more thing I want to say is I hope that students in such a good, outstanding institution like the University of Colombo, who are interested, who are devoted to Buddhist study, I hope that they are aware of the admiration and respect on the part of many, many Buddhists outside Sri Lanka. Yeah, they look up to you to want to learn Buddhism. Yeah, look up to you to help promote and preserve the tradition of Buddhism. And in my own case, I want to give a little example. When I was a young man, at some stage, I was kind of anti-intellectual. I thought that, well, if I'm interested in enlightenment and, taking up the manhood, why should I study anymore? Studying, intellectual study is a hindrance, yeah? So I gave up everything for a while. And very much against Buddhist study, intellectual study as such. Yeah? Practice is enough, not study. I think that was a stage of immaturity at that time as a young man. But to cut the story short, eventually I was inspired just by chance, coming into contact with literature, with books, great books written by who? Not by Buddhists, not by monks, not by Asians, by great Catholic fathers who were at once also great Buddhist scholars. I just name a few who really inspire me. One is Professor Father Dilawali Pusek from Belgium. Levi, of course, Stephen Levi, their teacher. And then their student and disciple, Professor Lama. They were all Catholic fathers, but they devoted the whole life studying Buddhism. And when you read their work, you feel that they are really writing as Buddhists. They say, the Buddha says like that, this is the greatness of the Buddha, very much as if they are speaking from within, the Buddhist communities. So these people, they study our languages, they study our texts. And they knew Pali and Sanskrit, I dare say, at least at that time. And even Chinese, I admire. I'm a Chinese myself, but I admire the ability to decipher classical ancient texts. All the obscurities they solved at that time, Tibetan, Pali, Sanskrit, even Japanese, you name it. Any language, any resources connected with Buddhism, they have. They were experts. They were the people who translated this, like Dhammapada, the first one wasn't translated by us, by Asians, yeah? And likewise, these people that I mentioned, they translated the Abhidharmakosha Bhashya, and then the Prajna Paramita, Upadesha, and so on. Very, very great. But today, no people can even suffer. So I want to say that as Buddhists, we should feel very much ashamed. I felt it. And I realized at that time as a young man that suddenly I realized I was wrong to reject intellectual study. But these people were great intellectuals, they were great scholars. They knew our languages, they knew our texts, knew our doctrines. We don't know. We can't translate things, and we had to wait for them to translate for us. Yeah? So we hope that what I want to share with you, the inspiration from this is that we should consider our part, our contribution, possible contribution to the cause of Buddhist studies. You are in a very good institution, and you have very good teachers. You come from a great continuous tradition of Buddhist study, that is Sri Lanka. And if the Catholic fathers and other and Christians, missionaries can learn Buddhism so much and also help to propagate Buddhism also in that sense. Yeah? Today I'm still reading the text. I begin to learn to read French only because I wanted to. There was only one translation in the whole world of the Abhikarmakusa Bhasha, a Sanskrit book, but the Sanskrit at that time was lost. So Professor Father Hussein just now, he spent years studying, something like 20 years. 20 years studying a textual tradition, produced about 5 or 6 volumes of the whole text. Yeah? And later on, before he died, he spent another something like 12 years to study and publish another great text. That is the Mahapracha Paramita Vatesh. So we hope that we can be inspired by them, and then we must have the awareness that we have the responsibility to really do well in Buddhist studies. Khorasan is helping you in some way, and hopefully maybe in a bigger and bigger way. And the only thing we expect is that you continue to build up this awareness and to contribute to the cause of Buddhism and Buddhist scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Sir, for your valuable insights. Next, we invite Senior Professor Chair H.D. Karunaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, to address us.
Very good afternoon, Venerable Mahasangha, all academic staff members, Dean and the heads and all students. I think I don't have to speak much. Everything explained today. The only thing that from even Buddhism, you have to think about when you get something free, what you should do. If you get something free, what you should do. So think about that. And of course, the University of Colombo is the oldest university in Sri Lanka and is the largest. We have 43,000 students and of course 21 institutes, entities, faculties and all. And of course, we have the merit. All those who are having with the highest GCE advanced level results are with us. So therefore, I hope that the Helping University of Colombo is one of the most important merit you can get. Thank you very much for giving this. And meanwhile, everyone should think that when you get something free, what you have to do for that. Think in Buddhist way. And when you get any income, how do you spend also? Think in Buddhist way. So that is Buddhism, I hope. At least Singalovada Sutra. I know only that made this one answer. Anyway, so think about, because this country we all are in a very difficult situation, economic crisis. Either country has went into economic crisis, and how we can get rid of it is very, very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we move to the most anticipated part of the day, the distribution of scholarships. These scholarships are recognition of the dedication and excellence displayed by our students. For that,
To formally conclude the memorable event, we now invite Venerable Dr. Madihe Sugatsiri Thero, Head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. I'm not going to say many things. I'm so happy our KL Dhammajoti Nayaka Thera, who came here with the intention of giving this scholarship. I wish him long life and healthy life with the blessings of Triple Gems. And the most venerable senior professor Dhammajoti Nayaka Thera, he is the behind this. Without him, we cannot do this event. So I admire and appreciate his great service for the enhancement of our Buddhist Studies department, and I wish him long life and healthy life with the blessings of this Triple Gems. And our VC Professor, Senior Professor Chair Karunaratna, our sir is so kind and so helpful to us. He always come and help us. This is great honor to us. He came to our department and this event. I admire and appreciate his great service and wish him healthy life and wealthy life with the blessings of Triple Gems. And our dean sir, he is also same. He always help us. He is like a friend of us. We always wish him healthy life and wealthy life with the blessings of Triple Gems. And heads of the departments and other colleagues who came here for this event, I admire and appreciate their great service. And I am also asking our students to dedicate and study well, not to doing other things. You have to give the first place for your studies, then we will help you to do your studies. This I am not going to say many things. Thank you very much.
Ini ada kayak apa lah?